Today, we're going to be talking about Shonda Williams, an operator that doesn't want to answer the phone?
Working.
The logs say otherwise.
And
The system glitches. A mother tried calling 3 times. You hung up 3 times.
I just didn't feel like working.
Stand up right now.
I didn't feel like working that day. That was Shonda Latrice Williams, 23 years old, 18 months on the job as a 911 dispatcher for Harris County, Texas. And in that moment, sitting at her console on the 5th floor of the Emergency Communications Center on Travis Street in downtown Houston, she had just admitted to failing a family in the worst way imaginable. What investigators had uncovered in the weeks leading up to this confrontation was a pattern so callous, so indifferent to human suffering, that seasoned detectives struggled to process it. 47 emergency calls over 10 months.
Wait, 47 emergency calls? Like, do you know how crazy that is? 47 emergency calls. Do you know how crazy that is? It's so crazy that you can sit there kind of smug. It's like, but it's so weird because for 911, that is the only number in everyone's repertoire that you should be able to call and know for a fact 100 to 1,000% of the time that somebody will answer and stay on the phone to help you with whatever the fuck you got, whatever the hell your problem is, they can help you. That's the only number that everybody should know. And the fact that the fact that you call and you could be in distress, somebody could be trying to rob you or trying to kill you or stalking you, and you talk to somebody. It's not somebody. It's Shonda, right? Shonda Williams. I call the phone and she answers, and then she ends up hanging up on me. I could be dead. But I know. I think it was what was it? It was KPRC, and they were talking about it as well. There was a lot of people that called back multiple times, and majority of the people that called the first time, they called a second time and they got the same person, and they got Shonda yet again, and it's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like 911, it's like, what are you doing? Like, you don't work at Walmart. You don't work at fucking McDonald's where if you miss your shift, it's not the fucking end of the world. You know what I mean? The fact that you would just say, I didn't feel like working, it's like, you're black though. Why couldn't you come up with a dumbass excuse for not coming into work? That would have been better than going to work and having people call you in stressful situations and you just sit there and hang up on them. It would have been better just for you to create an alibi. Just fake it. You're black. Isn't that what we do? Go ahead and give them some. Yeah, well, my kid's sick or I'm sick. Or come up with some bullshit. That would have been better than going to work and not. And I'm not saying she didn't answer the phone, but for you to answer the phone then hang up on somebody that is in desperate need of help, that's even worse. I would have just stayed home at that point. What are you talking about?
Disconnected within seconds. But it was the Williams calls, 3 desperate pleas from a mother trying to save her 4-month-old son, that would send this case to trial, to national news, and ultimately to a prison cell in Gatesville, Texas. 18 months in state prison.
Wait, what? 18 months. I don't think the other part is that woman though. The paper that I have is like another woman. I'm not sure if it's the same or not. It seems like up there it was caught in 2023. Oh my gosh. What?
And a mother who will never stop asking why her son never had a chance because someone couldn't be bothered to do her job.
Yeah, that's like the craziest crap to me. They said 18 months because this one, but see, that doesn't even look like the girl. And they posted this on 2018. Former operator who cut short thousands of calls is sentenced to 10 days. Sentenced to 10 days. They just said that that was what 18 months, and it was like a 1.4 million settlement, rightfully so. And I generally, well, Houston Police Department, right? Because and this took place in Houston. It just does not look like the girl from the other video. But she is such a clown, man. She is such. I'm trying to get red. Yeah, that. No, no. So now we gotta erase this. Let's get it. Erase that as well. All right, now let's go back. And I was trying to choose red. And let me get that red. Thank you. And give me that pin back. Yeah, right there. Terrible. How do you not answer the calls, right? How do you not answer the calls, right? You know what I mean? That's just kind of, like I said, you could have you could have just stayed home. You didn't feel like going to work today. You don't want to be an adult today. Well, stay home. You know what I mean? Stay home. Like your job is important, just like the police, ambulances, firemen out there. When you get the call and you relay it to them so they can go help those people, they're important fucking people. You know what I mean? This is an important matter that you are dealing with, and you came into work with the attitude that I just didn't feel like working today. What a clown. What a clown. Right? So an unconscious, whoops, I gotta get off this. An unconscious woman, a robber in progress, two cars racing on the intersection. All of these indicates led people to call Houston's 911 system, but not for long. These were among thousands of calls that were cut short by an who Harris County prosecutes says simply hang up on the callers. That's crazy. And I believe this is her because it does say the former operator is Williams, who has been sentenced to 10 days in jail and 18 months of probation and 2 counts of interfering with an emergency telephone call, which is crazy. I'm assuming is this because, I mean, from the other video and how she's looking here, she's looking beat the fuck up. You know, I mean, but mugshots really never look good, but she's looking beat the fuck up. You know, she's looking terrible. You know, she's looking terrible. And it was so crazy too because what did it say? Ain't nobody got time for that. For real, Williams was recorded saying after ending a call in which a security guard had tried to report 2 cars driving at high speeds on intersection 45 South, according to a 2016 report from local KPRC TV. So he was calling about people racing on the intersection. Well, that didn't go through. That didn't go through. She hung up on that. I mean, it's like, you don't want to do your job, then don't do your job. And I'm pretty sure everybody's probably already seen this as well. But this is just, it's so bad that I just want to bring it up again because I'm pretty sure people know, like they know about it as well. And it's just kind of crazy because there was another incident with a man and his wife who, luckily, his wife did survive. I'm trying to find where it was, but it was, where is it? Right, the 911 operator. The 911 operator answered the phone and she said, "This is Williams. How may I help you? My wife's passed out. I need an ambulance." Recalled, she said, "Okay." Then she hung up the phone. So his wife passed out, and he said, "I need an ambulance." And she said, "Okay," and she just hung up on me. If like I don't know who was your trainee, but like this is like shit you know from day one. You never hang up the phone. It doesn't matter. You're the call center. You never hang up the phone. They need somebody on there 24/7. But if you're somebody like her who I just didn't feel like working today, that's the dumbest shit anybody's ever said. When I need help and I call 911, this is what you come up to me. This is what you say to me. I'll be like, I pray that when I call 911 again, I get another operator and they get somebody out here to help me, because when I get better, when I get through all this, I'm going to go find her and she's going to get a slap across the face. You know, slap across the face, right? So then he said he called back and the ambulance eventually came. His wife Sharon survived, but she also told KPRC that she was furious that he didn't tell her what had happened, cause I would have gotten from the hospital bed and gone to 911 and found who she was, who did that to me. Yeah, I mean, I generally would too. I generally would too. I generally would too, because that's just crazy. How you gonna hang up when we're asking for a ambulance, and you just hang up? It's like, so my problems don't matter. My wife who passed out, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Oh, okay, well, it's like fuck me then, right? Why would I assume 911 is there to help? Why would I assume, right? Why should you assume? And then there was another one that took place from an engineer. I'm not going to butcher his name, but an engineer had called 911 to report an armed robbery at a convenience store. He had just ran out of the store and he was calling from the parking lot. On his way out, he heard gunshots. They just said, "This is 911. How can I help you?" I was trying to finish my sentence and we got disconnected. You got disconnected. It's an armed robbery that's happened, and you hear gunshots. You call the police because you want to tell you want to, you're not trying to die, and she hangs up on you. That is crazy. I'm not gonna butcher his name. So he called the second time and he got a different operator. The station reported. By the time the police arrived, however, the store manager had been shot and killed. So it's like, so Shonda Williams, so how does it feel that you call somebody to be murdered? Like that's going to be on your conscience. Like that's going to be on your conscience. That's going to be on her conscience right here. That's going to be on her conscience right here to the end of days. These little cheeks right here, that one right there. It's like, what were you thinking? You know what I mean? It was like what? It's like, just what were you thinking? That's going to be on your conscience the whole time now. That oh man, I was the cause for somebody to die because I just didn't feel like working. Do you know how crazy that is? Like that's beyond selfish. That's beyond whatever. That's just, you're just a mean person. It doesn't matter how you feel. You know, because not everybody feels like getting up and going to work every day, but you fucking do it because that's what, you're an adult. You know, you got bills, whether you got children, you got to get food for the house. You got to, you know, you got to do something. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. You didn't have to do this. Like, you are the cause of somebody to get murdered. This right here, you are the cause of somebody to get murdered. After, and it's not like, and it's not like people weren't trying to help, but you answer the phone to do just a little bit, like, oh yeah, how may I help you? It's 911. How can I help you? And then just hang up. Why even say anything? Why say anything? And then again, for what I said before, why didn't you just come up with a lie to stay home? Come up with a lie. This right here is just giving people a bad name. This right here is just giving people a bad name. Black people, to be precise, is just, you're just giving us a bad name to do something like this. It would have just been better, like I said, just to lie and not come in. But you didn't want to do that. So then you're stuck with that on
New
your
developments tonight.
you're stuck with that on your conscience, and it's like I couldn't go through life when I knew I had the power to change that for somebody.
The story that you saw
and I
first
did.
on 2 yesterday. A 911 operator arrested and charged after she allegedly hung up on dozens of callers. Her name is Shonda Williams, and tonight, Channel 2's Phil Archer spoke with another person who's come forward saying she hung up on her husband. Phil?
Yeah, we first told you about that former 911 operator Tuesday. Well, a viewer saw that story and contacted us today to tell her it happened to her and her husband. Investigators say that between October 2015 and March 2016, Houston Emergency Center managers tracked thousands of dropped calls to a single 911 operator. This woman, 43-year-old Shonda Williams.
I'm gonna just say this: the fact that they're just using the mugshot picture, she's getting what she deserves. It was like that first video. Okay, you look somewhat feasible. You look you look like a -16. And now you just look like a -100. It's just.
Williams has been charged with deliberately hanging up on callers in 2 of those cases, including one involving an armed robbery that left a store owner dead.
Where the minivan is sitting right here by the house, that's where she fell.
Buster Pendley says Williams hung up on him too. That was early on the morning of March 1st. His wife was near death after a blood clot moved to her lungs.
She was gasping, and I could feel her heart beating out of her chest, but I couldn't get a pulse.
Pendley says he was trying to perform CPR with one hand while calling 911 with the other.
The 911 operator answered the phone, and she said, "This is Shonda, may I help you?" I said, "Yes, my wife's passed out, I need an ambulance." When she said, "Okay," and she hangs up on me.
An ambulance finally arrived after a second call, and Pendley's wife survived. But just thinking about it still makes her angry.
I was furious because he didn't tell me, because I would have gotten from my hospital bed and gone to 911 and find out who did that to me.
Shit.
Williams is charged with 2 counts of interfering with an emergency call. That's a Class A misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a $4,000 fine if she's convicted, and that's for each count. Reporting live in Northwest Houston, I'm Phil Archer, KPRC Channel 2.
I feel that.
So homeowner, you're also a countertop that looks flat.
Yeah, we just gonna turn that off because that's just crazy for her. And this is a mugshot that we have for her. I was like, I wish you would get beat up by that white woman. Shit, I wouldn't have stopped her. I would have continued to I would have just continued. Yeah, hello, 911. How can I help you? I wouldn't have helped her. This clown, just a clown right here, man. It's like this is what you do. But that's going to be it for Talk to 'em Tuesdays today. I want to say, if you're an adult out here or you're becoming an adult, just try to be a good person. All right, there's too many negative ass, dumb ass people out here that are putting just negative energy into the world, expecting to get good back. You be a good person. It's gonna be tough, but you're gonna see the end result. Please be a good person out here. Don't be like this. Don't be like this. You don't want to be like this. You don't want to look like her. You don't want to be like her. You don't want to act like her. Be a good person. When you put good into the world, you will get good out of it. Please be a good person. That's all I have to say from Black Nation and from me, James. Be a good person out here.